Hey everybody, and welcome back to Pixel
there.
Junkies.
We're at the Pentagon.
We are. Just hang. Oh, well, okay.
What?
I was gonna say turn around. Is it a? What the hell is that over there?
This?
No, that's the Washington Monument on your right.
This?
Yeah.
One of the big Black Tusk
Oh, okay.
Hoovercrafts.
Also, I like the idea that they can't steer that at all.
Oh, Jesus! They're gonna run over my truck.
Can you imagine if James, Jeremy, and Richard were piloting that thing?
That's his hover van.
Yeah, that might be one of the funniest fucking episodes that I've ever seen. I love when they're in the lock, and Hammond's going down to try and turn off the car, but Jeremy gets there first and tips it up at them. And you just hear Hammond shout out like, "Oh God!" As he's getting sprayed with the water.
Completely soaked.
It's like, Hammond, what happened to you? Did you fall in? No, I'm the wettest a human being has ever been.
Alright, hang on. We gotta rearrange these chairs here. There we go.
I didn't know you could just go into the Pentagon. Like, apparently there's like a visitor's wing and stuff, and you can go in and like there's a museum and you can go have a little tour and stuff. I didn't know that. I figured they'd like if you showed up near the gate, they tell you to fuck off.
Oh, you mean in real life?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like, obviously you can't go into any of the secure areas or
We can
whatever.
go into this
like,
bit. This is where the gift shops and shit are.
Yeah.
Souvenirs.
For pharmacy.
Yeah. In case you turn into Trump or whatever. You can buy some stuffed things for some reason.
Nothing says Pentagon like a stuffed monkey.
With a banana. Now, which mission am we doing? I think I'm going to the right one. We gotta do the Pentagon.
What the fuck is the matter with you?
Don't worry, it's DARPA. We're not doing that one yet. That's next time.
You should get like a Mandalorian build. Like super high armor and only uses pistols.
I kinda do.
Oh, do you?
I have one called Shatterbox, which is this, and it uses the... Actually, it doesn't use the Bulwark Shield anymore. I had one that did. I don't remember what it is. But it's one that basically just has enough skill repair on it that you can basically just like face tank anything in the game, and your skills, like your shield will regen as it's getting shot at. So that's kind of fun. It's not really Beskar, but you know, maybe if Beskar regen itself.
Like, Beskar is such a cool metal.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Star Wars version of like adamant or adamantium or whatever, vibranium. Well, it's not really vibranium.
Sorry, Division's here. Clear out. Oh man, I missed all those shots. Oh yeah, you missed
she's
that
gonna
one.
swing at you.
That was some like Floyd Mayweather shit or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I'm sure Rory could tell you.
Alright, let's storm the Pentagon and get rid of Trump's last little,
Hold out.
whatever majiggy. It's gonna look real stupid to me if Trump didn't actually lose the election, because it's not over yet, technically, when we're recording this.
I mean, maybe by the end of the election period, the Pentagon is gonna look like this because they're gonna bomb the shit out of it or something. Trump's fucking SA militia
Trump's
that he's got
running around and hiding in the tunnels underneath.
Ugh. Can you imagine just like the Alien, like the scene in Alien where he's looking at the motion trackers like boing, 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 boing.
We got multiple Trumps on the radar.
And you just hear over the radio, he's like, "No, it's behind you, behind you." And then he turns around, and is like, "Grab him by the pussy," and he just.
It opens his mouth and his hand comes out and grabs your pussy.
Oh god!
I don't even have a pussy. What the fuck? How did you grab it? Oh, you're right there. We were taking cover behind the same thing, and that person died mid-sentence. I hope I die mid-sentence.
What would be the thing you would want to have happen to you?
And I'll probably point out the thing that kills me. Like, hey, we'll get down. You should watch it.
That's a pretty cool snap.
Man, it's a good thing that's not going fast enough to kill. Oh man, you're shooting all over the place. Oh, you're dead. There you go.
Holy shit!
Ah,
Check out these fucking grapes.
those are some big grapes. Maybe I can't really see from over here.
They're just really like clear.
And the
They
audience
look like
can't-
they're gonna make
oh.
some.
Shitty raisins.
Well, I was gonna say wine. They're
Oh.
probably wine grapes.
And I'm looking at pictures of grapes instead of the Pentagon.
I gotta be honest. I played through this mission like 20 times.
Oh, did you?
No. What's are you a wine person, Aaron?
I will drink wine with Italian food.
What about French food?
Maybe. I don't really have much French food, so I don't know. But
big fan
whenever
of
we
French
have
food.
something like lasagna, I'll drink wine.
Yeah, I'm pretty well the same way.
Like a red wine. I don't drink much white wine, but
I actually prefer white wine over red, so we're
really?
different that way.
Interesting. Oh, okay.
He had a stroke or
Thought
something.
that disappeared for a second. It just turbo shot into the ground. Get out of the way of this thing.
I don't understand. They have this massive building for for the Department of Defense or whatever, and there's a big hole in the center. Like, why? Why is this here?
Big courtyard? I don't know.
Like, is this where people have lunch? Do you think that would be better suited for putting stuff in? You know what I mean? I guess most of the building is underground.
Yeah. I don't know what the purpose of it is. I guess it looks cool. But maybe it's to protect against exactly what is happening right now.
Maybe.
Or drilling into the center, into the DARPA labs underneath, which I don't even know if they're actually there, but
Who knows?
there's probably something under the Pentagon.
Might be. I don't know why you would have your well, there's so many crosses there.
Yep.
I don't know why you would have so many your weapons technology research lab underneath like your central command. You think you want that in a different building in case something went wrong? Like, oh no, our deadly pathogen just broke out. Good thing it's not in the same room with the Joint Chiefs.
Well, I mean, what else is the Pentagon for?
Like, coordinate. It's the military's high level administration building. So it's basically like, the military's headquarters. So I think the U.S. Navy, the U.S. Army, the U.S. Air Force, the Marines, Coast Guard too, and now the Space Force all have like their major offices in there. Again, I don't know. I could be completely
Well, maybe they
wrong.
didn't want to have like a coordinating building and also a top secret developing viruses and weapons building.
Well, I mean, they did, because that's what Area 51 was. And I'm not being, like, super conspiracy theories, like, oh, that's where they had aliens. No, that's where they did a lot of testing for, like, the SR-71 Blackbird and the B-2 Spirit.
Yeah, but that's because they had a runway. They can't really build a runway in the middle of Washington.
That's fair. Well, they can't build a secret runway.
Stop putting your head through the thing.
Also, the thing that gets me is when people are like, there is no such thing as Area 51. Well, yes, there is. We can see it on the map. Like people can go up to that hill and look down at it with binoculars. So, like, it's there.
Like, maybe what they're saying is that it didn't have all the shit in it that we thought it did.
Maybe. And, I don't want to describe... Like, if you think that there's aliens in there, then, more power to you.
And
But,
not.
like,
I feel like it's just a experimental test bed for shit.
It was. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Was just, like, that's where they developed, I think, their stealth technology.
I mean,
and
they
stuff.
keep it secret so your enemies don't figure out about it.
Yeah, like that might have been, I don't know, but it could have been where the SR-71 Blackbird was made.
Maybe, yeah. You ever hear that story about the pilot who, like, buzzed the tower or whatever in one?
No.
And there was some comms channel. I think he was talking about, like, I thought it was just kind of like a cool show-off thing in a Blackbird, and one of the last times it was flown. Some dude in like a Piper Cub or something called into a comms tower to be like, tower, what's my airspeed? Because they apparently didn't have the instruments. They had to fly by heading or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So they didn't know their speed. So they were just calling in to be like, what's my speed? And you're like, you're traveling at like 80 knots on the ground or whatever. He's like, okay, thanks. And then another, like, and the dudes in the Blackbird could hear this, I guess, because they're on the same channel.
Yeah.
And then, like, immediately after that, some dude calls in and be like, comms tower, this is so-and-so call sign. Can you tell me my ground speed? And they're like F-18, this is, this is tower, you're traveling at 640 knots on the ground. And you're like, okay, asshole, you know your damn speed. You're flying a fucking F-18.
Yeah.
You're just showing off to the fucking Piper Cub pilot at this point. So the Blackbird pilots come on and they're like, this is whatever our call sign is. Can you tell us our ground speed? And they're like, they respond, they're like, yeah, you're doing, it's like 2,000 knots on the ground. And it's like, oh, really? It says it's closer to 2,100 on our instruments. It's like,
Anyway, if you could tell us the location of that F-18 fighter pilot's wife, we're gonna head over to her house and bang her. Make them listen.
yeah, I mean, I don't know why they stopped using that thing.
But the SR-71?
Yeah.
Because it was no longer stealth. They kept getting shot down.
Oh.
And same thing with the B-2
Come
Spirit.
on.
The B2 Spirit is no longer really stealth like most modern radars can detect it, because there was apparently an interesting story where it was flying over Turkish airspace, and they radioed in, and they were like, hey, Turkey, just letting you know, this is the B2 Spirit, you know, whatever. We're just letting you know that we're entering into your airspace. And the Turkish control tower came back and was like, yeah, we picked you up on radar. And it's like, okay, perfect. Wait, what? You picked us up on radar?
I don't think it's working.
Yeah. I love stories like that from
I don't know why
the
they
military.
stop using those planes though.
I'm sure there's a reason. I love that in the real reason the SR-71 is just a spy plane, and satellites became a thing. They're cheaper and they last longer, and you don't have to worry about pilots.
Also, I guess
well, not cheaper, but
fun fact: wasn't this ship in the New York Harbor during COVID?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, well, there you go, hospital ship.
Yeah, so another really great story is from the Korean War. I think it was like the USS Illinois or the USS Missouri. It was like one of their big Mississippi-class battleships, like one of the biggest military ships in the world. Is near the North Korean coast, and a North Korean naval battery opened up on it, but it wasn't rated to take down a battleship. It was meant to take down like little tiny like destroyers and like patrol ships and stuff. Yeah. So this like 30mm cannon opens up on this battleship and like scuffs the paint on it, and the battleship turns to port, levels all 9 turrets at the thing, and fires at it and completely annihilates it in one salvo. And then the battleship had a destroyer escort, and the escort just messages the fucking battleship and says, "Temper, temper."
Jesus Christ!
Can you imagine being that dumb idiot in the coastal battery? It's like, fire on that ship. No. Have you seen how many guns are on that thing? Have you seen the size of it? It can fire like it has like, it's like what is the muzzle? What is the cannon on the Missouri class? Like a 16-inch or something, fucking gun, 16-inch across.
Fucking massive.
And it's like, it's so big that they can't actually fire all of them at the same time because it would knock the boat over.
Where do fucking people who developed this shit come up with the, like, let's make this thing, let's make a shell the size of a pizza, and stick 20 of them on this boat. Don't use them all at once, though. So same with the Dow 8 and...
Oh, sorry, it was Iowa class. Oh. It was the USS Missouri. It was an Iowa class. My apologies.
These massive military guns, like the Abrams and...
Yeah.
Where they come up with it all.
Armament. 9 16-inch 406mm 50 caliber guns.
Fuck me.
Jesus Christ.
That's a big boy.
Called the Mark 7 gun. So these guns are 50 calibers long, or 50 times their 16-inch length, which makes the barrel 66.6 feet, which is an inauspicious number, long. Each gun weighed about 800,000 kilograms without the breech, and 121,000 kilograms with the breech. They fired projectiles. Holy fucking shit! Just listen to this. They fired projectiles weighing 1,900 to 2,700 pounds. That's 860 to 1,200 kilograms at maximum speeds of up to 2,690 feet per second, or 820 meters per second. At a range of 39 kilometers. Like, Jesus Christ. It's like a Star Destroyer.
How do you make that? I don't even know how shit like that gets made. It's ridiculous.
Jesus. Each turret required a crew of 79 men to operate. And the turrets themselves got 1.4 million. That's the, like, I think we had this conversation on this series before, but like it's like the A10. Like, let's get you know that big GAU 8 gun that we use for defense of like aircraft carriers. Like, yeah, why don't we put that onto a plane? That would be extremely impractical. Let's do it. Can we put flamethrowers on? Well, we're gonna give it our best shot.
You can't say the military don't create jobs.
Yeah.
Put this massive cannon on this thing that it shouldn't be on, and make it not explode.
Like, if I was the president, that's what I would order. It's like, I want a battleship. Mr. President, that's not practical. No, you don't understand me. I want a battleship. I want a big ship. All it has is 9 guns. Make them 20 inches across and 20 inches across and 50 caliber. I want them to fire a 200-pound projectile at Mach 7.
It doesn't even need to explode. It would just fucking make a crater the size of New York.
Well, that's the thing, because like most ships back in the day had similar armaments to the Iowa class. So like most ships were firing around, rounds similar in size to that. And it astounds me if you ever look at like the Bismarck, which was Germany's big ship. Oh man, it's Metal Gear. That ship survived a fucking brutal punishment. When that ship took down the hood, the British Navy basically took its gloves off and said every fucking ship that we have in the Atlantic Ocean is now directed to take down this fucking ship. There is literally no other priority. This is our top priority now, is to sink the Bismarck. And they eventually, you know what eventually killed the Bismarck? Not any of the Britain's top massive battleships. It was a tiny biplane. A little it was a swordfish torpedo bombers, and the reason that the swordfish torpedo bombers were able to do so well is because they were so slow that the German anti-aircraft gunners on the Bismarck could not actually predict where they were going to be. They kept firing in front of the plane because the planes were just so slow. They weren't used to shooting at a target that slow. And they were so fragile that anytime a shell would hit the plane, it would just tear through. It wouldn't do any damage because it was made out of wooden cloth, so it would hit the cloth wing and just right through. If it was made of metal, it would have blown up immediately, but it just tore right through. So even though these planes were shredded to shit, they still managed to hit the target.
Pretty awesome.
And so they hit the target, they hit the Bismarck, and they damaged its rudder, so it could only turn left. So in order to turn, and it was leaking oil, so it was basically dead in the water. So the U.S. Navy tracked it, and over the course of like 6 hours, they pounded the ever-living shit out of it, and it still wouldn't sink. So eventually, one of the Britain's battleships got within once the ship had basically been, they didn't want it just disabled, they wanted it sunk. Because at one point it just surrendered and said, we surrender, and they were like, no. So at one point, one of the British battleships basically pulled up to within point-blank range of it and fired all of its guns at it, and it still didn't sink.
What the fuck was it made out of?
I don't know.
Zal just had pea shooters. Fire! Fire! Nope, not doing nothing.
Did you already destroy Metal Gear?
No, not yet.
Marauder class quadcopter.
Yeah, so stuff like that. It's yeah.
Oh, yeah, getting all your health back.
The Bismarck scared the ever-living shit out of the British. So they sent up till that point, the Hood was their top battleship, and even though they knew that the Hood had flaws, they're like, the Hood and our newest battleship, the Prince of Wales, should be able to take on the Bismarck and her escort ship. And they did, and the Hood was sunk immediately because it was an older ship, and so that really freaked the British out. Like, oh my god, if it could sink the Hood, what the hell's it gonna do to our supply lines?
Running out of armor things. I'm using my skill build for this, so I can get my tiny little drone to shoot at the big drone.
Too bad you can't get that big drone.
Just this massive thing hanging off your back. Ah. Okay, now I have to use the health thing.
Have you ever seen footage of the nuclear artillery?
Oh shit. Nope.
So it was I think the Russians did one too, but it was the United States Army, I think, wanted to come up with an artillery gun and shell that could fire tactical artillery rounds, or tactical nuclear rounds out of artillery. So it wouldn't be like a big, massive, strategic, megaton, 15 megaton bomb. It'd be tiny comparatively, like 2 or 3 kiloton explosive projectile. But it's still a nuclear bomb. And so, you see this gun fire, and it's firing, and it boom, and it just... And then just... way into the distance. It's actually pretty fucking incredible. I recommend looking it up, or maybe sticking it into the video, or whatever.
Could do.
dudes are here.
All of them.
And the Black Tusk just must feel useless.
Yeah, I really don't. Now, if you got all your fucking health back again. Damn. Damn. Gonna die. There we go.
Where's the drone to?
Oh, he's behind the wall.
Those are
Good.
the White
You stay
Walkers.
there and... Yeah, like the White Walkers.
Verado class quadcopter detected.
Rhaegal or whatever his name was.
Was it Rhaegal that was
Something like that. I can't remember. That show is so ancient now.
Yeah. I find it funny that everybody was off for like 4 months and nobody bothered to watch Game of Thrones. That's how bad the ending was. I feel bad for the fans. Like, they deserved a better ending to that show.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, I guess that's how you can completely remove something that was massively popular off the face of the map. Completely butcher the final season. Again, I've said it before, I think the story of the last season was good. It was just told horribly. And
Yeah,
it was rushed and they didn't have time to develop scenes. Fucking come on. I'm wasting my time with your cunt here of hell.
There's a Karen screaming at this military drone that's meant to take down armies.
Come
Verado
on!
class quadcopter detected.
Yes, I know, Isaac. Stop telling me it's
Did
there.
we play through Call of Duty Ghosts? Was that
There
a
we
Let's
go.
Play series we did?
No, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played that game.
Oh, really? We should.
Good.
I actually really like Ghosts. I know literally everybody comes down at that game as being dog shit, and like it is full of American Djangoism, and I'll give the game that.
Yeah.
But I also think that there's a decent there's some decent set pieces in that game at least. There's one part in late game where you're taking control of like an orbital kinetic satellite, and you're just dropping like tungsten slugs down on armies. You're just seeing like entire battalions just evaporate. That was pretty cool.
Oh shit, I gotta press the button. Yeah, that's cool. There's some good bits like that in the Medal of Honor games as well. I played through that or something.
Oh yeah, you mean the 2010?
Yeah, the one of the good ones.
Yeah,
Gooder.
I like that game.
Some of the older ones, like Frontline was fun, but of the remakes, just the original.
Yeah.
Or the first one. Yep. Well, that's that mission done, and we're on to DARPA.
Hooray! This mission is also hard. Well, it should be hard. You got powerful build.
We'll see. It's DARPA's a little better
It's
for.
not a coat.
Yeah.
Was there a mall in the Pentagon?
Yeah. We cut a hole. Come on. There we go. It's a low texture thing. It's like a butt plug or something. What is that? Some kind of egg. Oh. Well, I'm in here now. Yeah. DARPA's a bit, probably be a bit different because it's a bit more close quarters.
Yeah.
Especially with the fight at the end. But that one's a kind of a pain in the ass because you're in like a kill box and they just mortar the fuck out of it. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. I forgot about that one.
We'll see. Anyway, that'll do it for this episode. So thank you everybody for watching.
Yeah,
and
thank you. We'll see you next week.
See you on the next one, wherever that is over here. Goodbye.
Bye.